Hey everyone, Ammo here taking a look at Oafmatch. Oafmatch is a match 3 RPG with a roguelike mode. We'll be looking at the roguelike mode, primarily based on my opinion on. We like rogues here, play lots of rogues on the channel. So we'll look at the RPG mode, but also mostly be looking at the roguelike mode. It is developed by NCR Games, published by Netcore Games, released just recently, May 19th, 2017. Available for $6. Probably on sale right now for less than that. My conclusion on Oafmatch is that it's a good match 3 game. Match 3 is kind of a casual genre. You see it a lot on mobile games. It's also kind of an old genre. So to make a new match 3 game, put it out on PC. I want to see some good stuff going on. And Oafmatch has nice things going on. The RPG mode has a nice story going on. It's pretty long. I only did the first chapter, but it took me about an hour. The achievements say there's like 7 to 8 chapters, so that's a hefty chunk of single player content. There's a lot of characters that they are fun. It's a very humorous game, and that humor shows through. And it's interesting to read through the character exchanges in between each level, where you're otherwise doing the familiar, casual, get your 3-star levels, get your aces in. The roguelike mode is a nice, if you want to do a roguelike match 3, this did it well, and we'll take a look more in depth in that in a second. But if you're not into match 3 games, it's a good match 3 game, but it's still a match 3 game. If you're not into match 3 games, then I can't recommend Oafmatch. Otherwise, it's pretty good. Let's take a quick look at the story mode. So this is that first world that I completed. You can see everything going on. Gotta go on to our next world, though, of course. Onward. Here's a summary of what we did. Got some nice, got lots of stars. Found most of the items, saw a couple items, but didn't buy them, and then I skipped a couple levels, so I didn't even see some items. On to the next area. Actually, I already did the first mission here. Small Encampment of Outlaws. The game, like I said, has some good writing, good humor. Like the description for this first mission is: a group of bandits accompanied by some sort of slug man standing around looking the wrong direction. And then here, small encampment of outlaws and monsters are packing up excitedly. Investigate the area. This is a summary. A lot of these mechanics are going to be familiar if you are at all familiar with match 3 games. So we're going to look at our party that we set up. So the characters, let's look at the party system. So there are 6 different colors. These colors are the gems that you match, of course, but they also each represent a traditional RPG statistic. So red, see if I remember off the top of my head, red is strength, yellow is endurance, green is endurance, constitution, white is wisdom, blue is intelligence, and purple is charisma. Awesome. So then all the characters in the game are what you would get when you combine those two. So for our strength endurance, we get the Oaf, Knuckles the Oaf specifically, the protagonist of the story, and probably the titular character, Oafmatch. So he's a very physically strong, tough guy, kind of dull, kind of boring, pretty simple-minded. But a lot of his humor comes from his simple-mindedness and his otherwise kind of brutality. Also get dexterity and charisma gets you a thief. Wisdom, dexterity gets you an assassin. And wisdom, intelligence. Wisdom, charisma gets you a cleric. Wisdom, dexterity gets you an assassin. Each of these characters have their own stats, of course, health, and then the number of stat points they have for those 2 abilities that they have, for those 2 stats, so intelligence, dexterity. And then that determines how much damage they do when you match them up. Primarily, though, it gives you slots they have their passives, and it gives you slots for equipment. So Cleric's passive, all purple and white matches made by a cleric heal the entire party for 40% of the damage dealt. Pretty good, considering healing is not super common in this game. Having a character that can heal everyone whenever he does his thing is pretty good. And he also has opening for a white equipment and purple equipment, which we go to our equipment, and then this determines your abilities. They're all actives. I haven't seen anything that has any passive effects other than, putting a gem that does something every turn. These are all the items in the game. There's a fair number of them, as you can see. You tend to get them in bursts, so we got, a small trickle as we go in the RPG, and I did the arena, which is like in endless mode, and then once you die, you get the rewards for how far you got, and I got like 8 items at once. And then in the roguelike mode, same thing happens when you get to a new floor, you get a big burst of items, which is a little intimidating when you're just starting the game. I'm sure as you get more experience in the game, you get a big burst, cool, because duplicates level up the item. So I have 2 daggers, that means I have a rank 2 dagger. The extra doesn't get wasted, that's how you level up your equipment. So later on, we'll have more experience and comfort with these items. I'm sure that's a great thing. But when you're just starting out, it's a little bit intimidating. And these items, though, give you your abilities as you match the gems and get your mana. Then you use your abilities, of course. All these pretty familiar match 3 mechanics, I feel like. Last but not least, your potions. These give you passives. So the 2 we have on are passive stat increases for 50% for strength and dexterity. Otherwise, there's potions that heal, potions that give you extra mana, potions that variety of effects, and you see there's a lot of them here. So there's a lot to be had, especially we're going to see more of this in the rogue mode. Of course, the story mode, the RPG mode, is a little more linear in what you get and when you get it. But in the roguelike mode, so you're going to be really trying to min-max what characters you use, what equipment you give them, how you can combo those equipment abilities with their passives and with your potions, which is pretty interesting. That's where a lot of the fun comes in the roguelike mode, because of course you're trying to make the most of what you got. Let's go through and take a look at level here, and I'm going to quickly jump out because it's louder than I expected in the actual game. So what you expect for match 3, you match the stuff up together, and then you do damage, you get combos. The red enemies, a lot of the missions just have enemies that don't do matches, they just have their abilities. But enemies in red borders, they're also characters. They also have passives and abilities and weapons, and they do matches just like you do. So they tend to be obviously a primary target. You can change targets by clicking on them. There's also a mechanic of back row, front row. So you can move a character to the back row that halves the amount of match damage they take, but also the amount that they deal. So you're trying to protect them and aren't worried about their damage. Put them in the back row, trying to save trying to save a character that has some powerful equipment. You're trying to build up mana for them. Do you do that? Of course, as you would expect, boom, to match the character attacks to grow their special matches so they don't murder you. The AI has been pretty good as far as match 3 is concerned. They don't miss obvious combos or obvious big matches. Anything higher than match 3, they're pretty good at seeing and setting up combos and not letting you just... I played other match 3s where the AI just there's some obviously good moves and they just miss it. The AI in this seems pretty good. Now these abilities, one thing I like that they're doing, a lot of these abilities you get like an execution bonus. So here, we get a club for 280 damage, steal 3 of the enemy's blue mana. If we do that to a target that kills it, we can also get a +2 white mana gem that we can then match and get that bonus mana. So that's kind of you can either do that intentionally to help build up your mana pools, or you can consider it kind of a consolation prize for doing an inefficient move, because if I do this, we miss 100 damage. If we overkill by 100 damage, it doesn't do us any good. But at least get the consolation prize of having that +2 right there. That's a nice little touch. A lot of quality of life benefits here. Also, one thing I didn't mention was the black mana. So the game, like I said, has all this mana associated with stats. There's also the black mana gems. There is a terrain effect on each arena, and when you reach 10, it has some sort of impact. So here, a pleasant breeze revitalizes the party, granting 2 mana of each color. That can be very powerful. It can enable a lot of weapons and a big burst of damage. The trade-off is that both parties can take advantage of it, and the black gems do not do any match damage. So you're kind of making a compromise. Am I just trying to make match damage? Am I just trying to hit them and collect mana for our weapons? Or am I going to maybe sacrifice some damage for a turn or two to build up black mana and get that big effect, to get that bonus mana, there's one that can stun the entire enemy team, one that hits a single character for like 40% of life. There's some big effects off the black mana. Let's run through murder. Let's finish up murdering these guys, throw some spikes at them. I'll do damage over time each turn. Also have the super powerful shield. Shield's really good. Enemies have to target dude using the shield, and reduces incoming damage. Well, I guess it doesn't impact an AoE attack, and might have been good to pay attention to. Oh well, the characters do die, so if one of these characters goes down, looks like our assassin's about to bite the bullet. The character dies. They become a gem on the... Oh, there we go. We'll just show you right here. So I got 2 characters dead. There, they become a gem on the board, and if you match that gem, then they're revived. So you've all been playing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, kind of like that. Your buddy goes down, you go over there and revive them. So this kind of represents that mechanic. I feel like this game with the item combos, with the item equipment, with the different characters, character types and abilities and passives, does a good job kind of translating a classic RPG into a match 3 experience. As far as match 3s go, pretty good. Can't quite kill him with that, but we can match. What's purple gonna do? 189 to all targets. That's going. Pardon me. So that's going to kill our assassin, unfortunately. Let's block that. Oh, we get an extra move. Awesome. Didn't realize. Well, that lets us. You get a lot of these wild gems. You get a lot of wilds, which is great. That gives you a lot more matches to do, a lot more opportunities to do combos and everything. Revive that character. Everyone's alive, and then they just got killed again. The assassin goes back. You only have a certain number of lives to do this. Let's see. Yeah, lives left 1. So you can't do that ad infinitum. Eventually, if you get your butt kicked too bad, you can't revive anymore. Only got 2 left. I wanted to make note the game does have some nice difficulty to it. Even though it is a casual game, there's a nice bit of challenge. The game, I feel a lot of match 3s feel like they kind of disrespect you. The computers make obvious mistakes and you never feel under threat that much. But in Oafmatch, I feel like a lot of the times, like I need to try to make some good matches and some good plays and good decision making regarding your items, or I'm not going to make it. The game is actually trying to challenge you. There we go. Killed them all. We got another dagger. It's a dagger she already has, but it gives you rank 2. See, so now it's rank 2 instead of rank 1, so it does a lot more damage. That's like 4 times more damage. Did you guys hear what they were saying right before we jumped them? They just got word the apprentice was spotted in a village north of here. The bad guys flushed him out when they burned the place. He's on the run now. Maybe we can find him before they do. Knuckles want whatever apprentice have. Must be really good. So, yep, the characters are really cool and they have some nice interactions. And that is actually another character which we'll be able to co and recruit. Armored woman spies on distant group of monsters. Let's see if we can just get some conversation here. You're a salty looking bunch. Is that a genuine oaf? Knuckles is genuine. He recently bit off a man's hand. Ghastly. Yeah, convenient. I could use a dose of savagery. Monsters summoned from the unearth lie ahead. They're too much for you alone, but I've yet to see anything out of them to match the savagery, you madmen from the Bronnastery. Skinnies like savagery, always okay with Knuckles. Charity of the Paladins joined the party. Awesome, that'd be in our party, and then we go to our managed party, and then we could switch out where I want her. Was she Wisdom Constitution? So you put her. I'll put her to replace our assassin, and then we go to our equipment, and we can throw on healing potion, and then this holy charm, and bam, we're ready for battle. That's it for the party mode. For the RPG mode, like I said, it has several hours of gameplay in there. You go through, you get your stars, it has a nice challenge to it, and you collect the characters, listen to them chat with each other, and all that. And let's go take a look at what I said I wanted to mostly take a look at was the roguelike mode. In the roguelike mode, when you first start, you get the same 4 characters as you would start the RPG mode with. So you have the Oaf, Thief, I believe, Cleric, and Assassin. As you go through, you have a choice to rescue more characters, and then if you die, this is a restart. I've already killed my party off. So I went through, I collected all these characters, and I killed them all off, so I can show you what happens when you restart. So when you restart, then you get to choose a whole new party of 4. Cleric, I'll take the Cleric because his passive is really good. I'll select the Swashbuckler's passive, Swashbuckler. Get a secondary weapon reduced. And then let's spread out our stats a little bit. We have 2 Charisma guys down here. Oaf is, that's decent. All damage taken by tank. He's a little tanky. I'll take a tank. Then yellow and blue matches provide extra mana. Yeah, sure, that sounds good. So there's our team. We hit OK. Here we're starting. Also, one thing that keeps this being a little bit from being a quote-unquote true roguelike, because you get a lot stronger as you go through, because if I go to a managed party, you actually keep all the items from your first run. After a couple runs, you have all the items, so you can just set up your strategy to be however you want it to be. it's I think I would like it better if you. I like the idea you can choose for the characters they had before to start a new run. I like that. I think giving you all your items that you had before is a little over the top if you're trying to make it a roguelike. Because they should. Maybe you choose a couple items, maybe you get those items that those characters had, or maybe, you know, you just don't get any items and find them all again. That makes most sense to me. Does make it seem like maybe a little bit. You start off maybe a little too differently from when you first start. Because when you first start, you don't have any items, but in all your other runs, you're gonna have nearly all the items. Especially because the game likes to throw items with you, throw items at you a lot. Let's make sure we have some sort of decent setup. Interestingly, we haven't found any other Constitution-related items. This pocket watch we definitely don't need. Swaps 2, yeah, that's great. Crossbow, do you need a crossbow? Yeah, probably. It's thematic for you to have the mana trap. Potions, but you don't keep your potions? Like, it just seems weird. Of course, there's I didn't do the arrows. There's actually a lot more items. I would lie to you. I didn't realize this was here. You got a lot more items. Okay, that's cool. So that you aren't limited just to those items. Noted. We got it. I don't think his arrows were there before. Were they? I'm not sure. I feel like if I missed these and just thought this was every item in the game, well then, I'm only human. So any other reds will take out the sword. The sword's fine. It's a good sword. With, you know what? Nah, I don't damage that much. This flail's really good. Let's just take the flail, throw it on there, and let's go fight. So you can rescue another adventurer, or we get some loot. Let's have our parties fine. No, let's rescue because we only have the 4. When you rescue the adventurers, they can then, of course, join your party. Then that lets you, if someone goes down, then they can tag in, or if your whole party goes down, then you get another chance. Because if you keep saving adventurers, you can build up a whole nother party, and then they can, you know, step in and help out. Let's go through some of this roguelike mode. Just like the RPG, there are some enemies that don't match against you, and some that do. And of course, enemies that match against you tend to be much more threatening. Red, and it is hard to do do match 3 gameplay with interesting commentary. I'm trying. There's nothing against the game, but it's just kind of a weird thing to be playing with commentary. Alright, he's down. We have, oh, I love this character. Because we can backstab, stun the character, and that reduces the cost of this attack, so I use that attack, and I can almost use it again. That's a really cool character. Let's, just kill you. Nope, that didn't kill you. I guess, no, we do have a Constitution. We have a Constitution-based character. Shield, though, isn't going to help here, because we just need damage. Looks like he does. Now we got a triple combo! And then as you get more combos, hyper combo, and it keeps going up. Jax the Blade Master. Alright, League. Who is Jax the Blade Master? I don't think I've had him before. We saw him, we saw this guy in the campaign. I've seen this guy in the campaign. After using open the cost at least 9 mana, gain 1 free match that turn. Alright, we have a lot of expensive weapons. Maybe I can give him some of that. I'll keep going with what we have. Here's a bag of gold that we can use to level up, make our party stronger. Or, which we are level 1. It does reset your level at least. So you can choose 4 of the same heroes from your last run. Keep all the equipment. The equipment carrying over eternally kind of bugs me a little bit. I don't like that. But you do reset in levels. Got some blues. I think what's our strongest match? I should figure out what our strongest stat is. So everyone has 15 on their base, 7 on their secondary. It's probably a detail I should have figured out by now. Nice match. So as long as I'm hitting on our primary stats, we're fine. Be matching whatever strong weapon we need. So red and purple. Purple, yeah, mostly charisma. Should be going for mostly for charisma. Because we have 2 charisma weapons. And 1 being on a character that can discount her other weapon. Seems pretty good. I will activate the shield to absorb that attack. Pop. No problem at all. Took 0 damage. Good job. Good job, Oaf. Knuckles. We go down, we go through, we open up this cage. We get Robin the Huntress. And then here we go. Here's what we really want, the stars. So in the roguelike mode, you need 3 stars to be able to make it to the next floor. I think I would prefer, because you do the star collecting, I think that's a holdover too much of its casual roots and nature as a match 3 game. You're collecting stars in the casual, regular story mode anyway. And that's just to get the better loot, get, you know, the completionist feel off of it. Throwing it into the roguelike mode, again, seems unnecessary. I just make like a set number to get to the end level, or have the boss to the floor or whatever show up sometimes, and you can choose to fight them or to continue, something like that. I don't feel like you choose 3-star battles so you can move on. I don't like the idea of collecting stars in my roguelike. I think it's too much of the casual hangover. I think we're gonna get hit by this mushroom, nothing about it. Unless, what's our... Throwing 3 of the enemy team's special gems. Do I do that? Hidden trap, does that take them out? It does, beautiful. I do like that, those terrain effects, that little bit of added strategy to that. It's a pretty strategic match 3. They did a good job. And then this, I should be able to combo with our daggers. Hit him with the blade. And then, yep, now our dagger, cheap, discounted, so now I can actually kill him with the beat stick. The beat stick of learning. There's that humor again in the game. And then stun the mushroom. Beautiful. That felt good. That was fun. And finish him off. There we go. Like I said, it is a good match 3. That feels good. Like, I'm matching gems, but there's a lot of strategy and thought behind it. Let's... How many party members are we getting? I like just continuing with my main party, especially... And then that makes the equipment, like... So I'm collecting more adventurers. They're not adventurers I've had before. Then... I already chose the 4 I want, right? And I already collected a ton of equipment, so we're gonna have the equipment I want. I feel like suddenly, in roguelike, you want that variation. You want each run to be very different. You want that variation. If you fail, you want to try again and maybe end up with something different to do it in a different way. I'm not super a fan of giving you always the same equipment. And then, because you're just going to keep choosing the same, you're just going to lock on to the best strategy after you get that equipment and just keep rolling that until you win, and that seems kind of counter-roguelike-ish. Would be an easy fix. I'd like to see them do that. Level up, because in this mode, leveling up is all you really need. Let's get some more adventurers. Just in case we go down, we can replace any casualties. Be important later. And it starts out pretty easy, but like I said, Scape does a pretty good job, AI, and challenging you. So once we get to at least the second floor, first floor is pretty easy. Once you get to the second floor, it becomes much harder. Flail switches targets 2 standard gems, turning them red. I love this weapon. Boop, boop, boop. Bam, get rid of that attack. There are a lot better ways to use that style of attack, as you could probably imagine. But I just like that. And there's only 2 dudes, so we don't need to like overthink this too much. You don't carry over mana or anything in between fights, just what health you end up with. Which is one reason why the healer's so good. Not a ton of healing in the game otherwise. Stop it. Just stop. Just let me kill you. Take too much time to kill. Maybe I should, well, maybe that means something. Maybe I should get some lower cost weapons. Help kill riffraff a little faster, so the more powerful, more expensive weapons. Ray the Deputy Marshal, he's new to me. Deputy Marshal, what do you do? Deputy Marshal is Strength Charisma. The Marshal's presence boosts the maximum health of his allies by 25%. That's really good. I might have to take him. Who? Yellow and blue matches. Produce extra mana of random colors. I like the Swashbuckler. I like the healing. Oaf tank. Yeah, let's swap out the Conjurer with the Marshal. That seems pretty good. That's a lot extra HP. Then you get some red. We have lots of reds. Summons lava, target 2 red gems. All turn into 3 turn countdown gems. We don't have any countdown. We don't have any countdown combos equipped. We could. I don't want to though. What are you about? Burns the target, turns red gem into 2 turn fire gem, destroys 1 green, dealing damage, granting mana is pretty good. Mighty Stomp damages all foes and destroys 4 random gems. 10, 10, 10, 10, 6. Any of these kind of cheap? 12, 12. Oh, a lot of expensive ones. 300 damage. Wow. Okay, let's go. Let's go hard. This guy gets a really expensive one. And purple. We have 3 purple devices, huh? Detonates a random gem, destroying all nearby gems. Damage for each destroyed. I do like the meme spike. Not only is it memey, it does pretty good damage and is a trap. I don't want to fight for another. Let's just get some gold level up. Because now I'm grinding through. It's still, I still feel really strong in the first floor. I feel like I want to move on, but I have to go through more fights for stars, and I don't want to fight for stars. I just want to be able to like have a boss fight I can choose. Maybe not even choose it. Just give me a certain number of fights, and then I have to fight the boss. That's pretty common among roguelikes for a reason. There's push and pull. You're either pushing the game or the game is pulling you. This game is all pushing. There's no, I haven't run into any pull. Like I don't have to do the star fights, right? I can just skip those if I'm not ready. And I feel like part of doing a roguelike is, you know, ready or not, here I come, kind of thing. Done this guy, so it's mostly push, not a lot of pull. Let's just wreck that guy. Beautiful, and we just like that. Excellent. And we can maybe finish him off. There you go. It's all push. The game doesn't really pull you. You choose when to advance, and how you're going to advance. I kind of wish, like right here, I can just go around the star and get it later after I collect more resources and more power, which then encourages you to take your sweet time, to take forever to get around to doing it. So then you're super prepared for the next floor, and that's kind of anti-fun. You don't want the best strategy and you don't want the best strategy to be anti-fun, because then people are going to do it because it's the best thing to do, but they're not going to be having fun. And obviously you want people having fun when they're playing your game. So I would like to see a little bit of changing in the pacing of the rogue mode. Throw our meme spike from our marshal. And we can throw up a shield to defend against this. But then we have to deal with this thing anyway. Could just try to kill the dude. Don't have enough power, I think, to finish him off. And we don't have enough mana for anything else. That should kill him with the meme spike though. Ouch, that hurt. Pop. Okay, he's dead. And then we can throw up the shield. Help absorb that attack. Boom. Then we can some matches, finish these guys off. Red is fine. This maul is huge. I don't think I'm ever going to get enough for the Quake Mace there. Let's just get double. The crit thing gives you bonus mana when you match it with black gems, because normally it gives you more damage, but the black gems don't do damage. But it's not wasted if you do it with black gems. You get bonus. You still get a bonus for it. You get bonus black mana. Mana, whatever. Match you like that. Then we put that down there. All right. Not all of them have the execution bonus. So here, the sword doesn't give us a bonus for killing him, but this thunder badge get a +8. So let's pop that. That drops that up there. That lets us actually grab that. Boom, +8. Bam, thunder badge is restored. So it uses this to finish everyone off. It just powers itself. Some of their execution bonuses are kind of just a consolation prize. Some of the execution bonuses are really powerful. Flaming Star, so that's our 3rd star. Pop. And then before sending you deeper in the dungeon, the portal opens, summons 4th loot, allies, and gold. So that's us. We're going to the next floor. We didn't have to do anything else. We just gather the stars, and then it throws a bunch of stuff at us. We get 2 new characters. a ton of loot. This is like so intimidating. I haven't even seen most of these items before. And as we covered, the game had even more items than I thought there were. So there's so many items, which is cool. It's great. Like, it's not a complaint. Having lots of items is not a complaint. That's good. Them being thrown at you in chunks is kind of a complaint, because I don't want to have to take the time to take like another 10 minutes to research what each of these items do and how I'm going to combine them when you throw them all at me at one time. So getting them one at a time, and I can kind of evolve my strategy a little more casual pace instead of in these big bursts like this. Racers of Reflection. Both used for 5 turns. Any damage inflicted also be inflicted on the attacker. I was just curious because we don't get a lot of Constitution items. And then that's level 2. I'd like to see maybe boss fights determining progression instead of just normal fights for stars. That'd be really nice, because now we're on the second floor and we have more powerful enemies. See, these enemies are actually going to make matches against us. I should probably look at my potions. Probably got some good potions to handle. Then we get a, looks like, dexterity buffs. Oh, and they're all in the back row, and they sent their scrub in the front row. Of course, the back row takes less damage, so we don't want to target them. We want to kill this guy in the front first, get him out of the way, and then we can fight everyone. Then we can hit these 3. Again, pacing of, I mean, it's a match 3. It moves at its own pace. Hyper combo, brutal combo, times 6. Feels good. Feels good because combos as always. We're gonna throw out our meme spike. It's a trap. We'll activate. Maybe I should save that because our Blade of Chaos and our Thunder Badge are really good. We have 3 charisma characters. Which, if we get a potion to buff our charisma, that's really good. We're like triple dipping. Although only one character does the match damage at that time, so it's not even that big of a deal. And we're really redundant on our mana use, so it'd probably be a good idea just to... Oh, no. Ah, I messed up. I don't think we can back out of that. Yeah, we can't reach the escape bar. So it'd probably be a good idea to try to maybe take off one of these charisma characters for somebody. Trying to think of a way we can get a bonus off turning 2 basic gems into red gems. Common in these modern match 3s, I can't see a way to do it though. Certain setup on the board. Let's just do that. 4. Nice little double. Ouch. Under our swashbuckler. I'm trying to say swashburglar. Deals 300, destroys a random train gem. Destroys a random train gem and all neighbors, dealing 300 damage. So much damage. And I don't think target. We don't want to target. He has some scary looking stuff. I'm pretty sure back row does not protect against ability damage. It did not. Okay, cool. So it pretty much almost one shot that guy. And actually, we can finish him off using our beat stick. Takes him down. Just get our combo there. We can beat stick this front guy. There he goes. Now these 2 are forced in the front. Get a big boost there. 3 times damage plus the +2 mana. Alright, it's going well. Strong. What is that? What'd you give me? Gem of Treachery, played by Thief while in play. All matches made by the foes inflict 100% of the match. So we're hurting ourselves our own matches while this thing's out. Yeah, it's not that much. Let's drop that. Did some nice cascades. Not intentionally, we're just getting lucky. You can tell I'm not playing super carefully. Because, you know, still I'm making a video here. We gotta move at a certain pace. Actually, see, the enemies are making intelligent matches. The AI is perfectly acceptable. Don't do too many like inexplicable matches that you don't understand why they're doing it. Ow, and we're almost we're getting close to damage here. We could move her to the back. We could move our swashbuckler to the back, which wouldn't be that bad of an idea if we do have redundant character, some redundant abilities. If I had another character that had dexterity, then we could safely move a character with both redundant stats because we have redundant charisma. So if I also had redundant dexterity, we could move her back with absolutely no concern. That's another little subtle implication of having characters with redundant stats. I only just now really considered. Let's make some bonuses. Well, okay, I forgot. Brain gems can't be transformed. Oh, we can do right here though. We can go pop, pop. Those two become red. Punch match damage, get extra turn. Cascades down, gives us a wild gem. Choose the Blade of Chaos to activate our passive. Stun you with level 2 dagger. Boom. Now almost did. Now we just gotta finish him off. We just gotta finish him off. Have to have something that does more damage than green. I don't think so. And did. Woohoo! Victory. Total gold. That gives me a bunch of loot. Which we then use that gold, 4,000. And go to our party. We use that gold to level up. Which apparently we had a lot sitting around, so we're like 5 or 6 levels behind what we should have been. Kind of wish it was automatic. Like, why isn't the gold... I haven't found any shops. If there aren't any shops, then the gold should just automatically be used to level you up. If it's basically just acting as experience points. In the story mode, there are shops. So you have a choice to level up or buy items. I haven't seen anything like that in rogue mode, so they should either add shops or make the leveling up automatic. So things like that don't happen. We can heal or fight these knights. I'm actually going to do one more. I was going to end it here, but I haven't seen these knight enemies before. I don't remember seeing these knights mercenaries. So I'm going to go in and do, yeah, I'm going to try them out. See if we can beat them. If we die, no big. Who do we want to target? Ones with lower HP, probably. Oh, we are very hurt. We should have maybe gone to the healing waters. Last time I had a lot of healing going on. I kind of took that for granted on this run, where I definitely do not have the healing. These guys don't make matches, though. That's actually very, very useful. So we're much less likely to take any damage here. Wait, look at these combos. They haven't even thrown out. They haven't even done anything. They're generating mana. They get their mana every turn. They haven't generated enough to actually do anything, and we're good chance we're gonna end up killing. Will they do anything too scary? Until they do stuff that I can't counter because it's off in the corners. Alright, let's just keep matching them. What's our terrain? Create the enemy team's special gems. Getting that down has been awesome. Here comes one. Now just it's okay hit. They're not going to do anything here, so let's pop that. There you go. If we get one more black match, we would actually destroy them. Destroy their gems, their attack gems. We didn't get any more black mana. So let's... Going next. Mercenary Swordsman, so the guy we're targeting. He's going to pop this attack. Let's see if we can stop him. We can hit him with the Blade of Chaos. Follow up with the dagger to stun him. Or we can just kill him. We can probably just kill him, right? 200 plus 300. Oh yeah, obviously. Let's hit him with the stick. Beaten stick. Finish him off the dagger. This a wild gem with the +2. Matching. Also here to our mace. Not do our mace or mind. Not the way I wanted to because it was a black gem I was targeting. Like that. There we go. Nice cascade. And then we got enough to trigger the trap. Awesome. And then we can use our flail. Pop, pop. Get a 5 match, we get extra turn. Pop drops. Get some more blues. And don't need to use the blade. Use the beaten stick. Use the beaten stick. Takes him down. Now it's just this guy. And then use the combos against. You actually pop it twice. He's just about dead. Just about super dead. Nice ×2 combos I can make. Don't really have any blue characters, so we gotta stop making these blue matches. They don't help us. And he's dead, alright. We did it. and that gets us another item. Rank 2 guys, the rank 2 Martyr's Blade. The rank ups do seem to be pretty significant. So this rank up got it. I don't remember what it was before, but it wasn't close to 1350. So the rank ups do seem pretty significant, and we got a white mana strike. All white critical matches made by the party generates extra mana. Fantastic. And then there we go. That's the... Oh, these enemies are starting to get interesting. The artwork's pretty... I mean, you can see the artwork for yourself. It speaks for itself. I don't need to make it. I do think it's obviously on the cartoony side, but still looks pretty nice. It's a big wave for big loot, or we grab the star, and then, like I said, you have to grab 3 stars, and then you leave, and you get your portal, which gives you some extra loot. I would like the loot spread out a little bit more, and not the star system for advancement. Just give me a boss fight. Just give me, you know, you have 5 rooms and a boss fight or something like that. That'd be a little better. I'm not sure how far the dungeon goes for the roguelike, because it does take some time. That was 20 minutes to get through 1 floor. And then we haven't even got any other stars to this floor. We have to do the star fight, find another star fight, beat the star fight, then find another star fight, and then beat that star fight, and then we're on to 3rd level. So I'm not sure how long the total length of the roguelike adventure is, but it does seem meant for multiple playthroughs, casual playthroughs, which is great, because Rogue 3s, I do like Rogue 3s, but I can't play them very long. I start to get a headache. I like them, but I can only do a few boards before I start to get a headache. Like, I'm already getting a little bit of like cross-eyed. And it does seem to be conducive to that, both with the levels in the RPG mode, and then the way this roguelike mode works. And one last thing is that we didn't look here. This is a login here, so let's just start this fight real quick. So down here you can log in. This takes you to an external site, takes you to the developer site, where you can make an account and you log in. That gives you bonus to special moves determined by the community, so that gives you access to special moves that sometimes pop up from being logged in and interacting with community members. And also there are power-ups that could activate while being logged in, and the it tells you likelihood of activation grows as the community accumulates combos. So you contribute to the combos to get the power up, and then as part of the community, you also get the benefit of activating that. So on the one hand, that's some nice integration with community, and that's getting more common, is generating these communities with a lot of like Twitch and Twitter interaction, and then this has their own private community, their own personal community. I don't like it being third party. Like, I'm already on Steam playing the game. I don't have to then launch a different website to go somewhere else to connect with the game that I'm already playing through Steam in order to do things. That's why I didn't do it, and I personally don't like that idea of you're holding me hostage to go to your site to give you my email address so I can get these little bonuses. I don't know, that has a funny smell to it, and I don't really like that idea. But if you do like the game, there's not really any reason not to, I suppose. If you like the game, you're playing it a lot, then why not join the community and help each other out? I don't personally like it, but I don't think it's like objectively bad. It's just not for me. So we retreat, okay, we take some damage, and then we can back off, and then we would continue later. We would go back in and restart. It did say it's pretty hard, and the fights can get hard. But on the other hand, in the rogue mode, because you can choose your whatever characters, you get all your equipment back. You can choose when you advance, you push the advancement, you don't get pulled. You don't get pulled at all, there's no balance between push-pull, you're entirely pushing. It seems like maybe it's actually a little bit easier, it leans maybe a little too far on the easy side. When roguelike player in particular, you're expecting some real challenge there, and some real you expect some unforgiving things. You expect to be pulled at inopportune times that you have to figure your way through. This one seems like you're just going to find your optimal strategy and stick to that to the end, which there should be they can be, like I said, there could be a risk of the optimal strategy not also being the most fun strategy. But that was Oafmatch, and like I said at the beginning, my conclusion is that it's a good match 3. It's a match 3 roguelike, which is very interesting, not something I've seen a lot. And the RPG mode, plenty of content, some good writing, good humor. But at the end of the day, it's how you feel about match 3 games. If you like match 3 games, check out Oafmatch. I've been having a little bit of fun with it, but I like match 3 games. If you don't like match 3 games, then I suppose this might It's unlikely this will change your mind. You might check it out if you like what you see, but if you don't like match 3, then you're not going to like match 3. We can't do anything about that. Either way, thanks for watching. Leave a like to the video, subscribe for more fun Twitch.tv, and I'll see you next time.